Hey groupies, welcome back to Form of Therapy. This is the Culture Study. I am the channel's video producer. You can call me PD. Now, the Culture Study is where I use my experience not only as a videographer and a filmmaker, but also my time on sets and working on music videos to give analysis and breakdowns of music videos and share my thoughts on songs. Now, today we are going to be checking out Answer by ATEEZ. I am very excited for this. I think ATEEZ had one of the most spectacular years of 2019. It was fantastic. The content that they put out, album after album, was phenomenal. For me personally, nothing can still live up to Say My Name though. I liked Treasure. It was a good debut, but I had a few critiques here and there. But I have never seen a group so quickly come in and just like solidify their image, you know, basically correct every little critique I had and just be flawless within one comeback, for a rookie group especially. But ATEEZ did that. Say My Name was a phenomenal first comeback. They sold out their entire global tour. It's insane, and they're gonna be going on a tour this year as well. I'm super excited for that. Now, before we check out this music video, this video is brought to you by our returning sponsor, Dashlane. Now, if you're like me and you like to keep your life simple, easy, and minimal, well, Dashlane makes your online life easy. In a time where websites are now requiring you to change your password every 6 months, you need capitals in your password. Now you also need special characters. You need a password managing app like Dashlane. But Dashlane isn't just a password managing app. It also keeps track of your credit card information, your driver's license, passport, billing address, all the extra info that just makes things so complicated to manage. Personally, I like that they have a browser extension. When you install it, whatever password you enter into your computer from now on, and if you create a new account on a website, it will automatically actually store it into Dashlane. So you don't even have to actually manually add things in. Using my link down below, you can download Dashlane for free on your first device and also get a 30-day free trial of premium at sign up. No credit card required. So if you want to support the channel, if you want to make your life on the internet easy, please use my link in the description for Dashlane. I use it personally. I'm not just saying that to kind of pitch something. Like, I actually use Dashlane and it has made my life so much more simpler. So thank you, Dashlane, for sponsoring this video. Let's check out this music video. This is Answer by ATEEZ, and this is your form of therapy.
채워 넘쳐를 뜨지 모두 자들 머리 위로 세상 어디에서든 보일 수 있게 I got the answer. 손을 펴 시선을 위로 세워 잘 두어 마주보면 세워 끝이 뭐 시작의 물은 뱉어내 기억해 방금부터 하기 설명을 Burn 타올라야지 더 계속해버리지 펴 매일이 피날레 쇼 내일이 마치 end of the world 여기 죽겠지만 oxygen fire 너와 나면 푸른빛 띄우니까 불타는 태양과 덮치던 파도는 우리에겐 별게 아닌 걸 너 들어와 봐 we don't care 두려운 것도 anymore 누구도 손댈 수 없어 다른 누구처럼 건너가 like a thunder 네 모든 걸 채워 넘쳐를 뜨지 모두 자들 머리 위로 세상 어디에서든 보일 수 있게 불러 불러 우린 지금 불러 타올라 불꽃처럼
오.
우린 지금 세상 어디에서든 보일 수 있게 타올라 불꽃처럼 아무것도 없는 사막 그곳에서 출발한 우리 시작 뜨겁게 뜨겁게 그때 기억해 둥글게 모여담아 앞에서 형의 free 우리 세상에다 야유해 답이 없는 어둠 속 우리의 존재를 밝혀내 불타는 태양과 덮
Oh. So, I mean, we got to get a performance video for this, right? Wow. For this one, I like Answer way more than I like Wonderland. Mind you, they're very different songs, and obviously if you love Wonderland, no stopping you, right? But for me personally, I like Answer because Answer feels like an answer to Wonderland. Wonderland was all hype, and it was building towards something, but then I feel like it didn't satisfy me like in a full finish, right? It felt more like, well, it felt like something that was both an intro and a finale at the same time. Like, it was a very percussive song, and it had that very marching anthem, heavyweight vibes. But this one is a little bit more satisfying. There's a bit more of like a, kind of like a euphoric endorphin release listening to this song. Like, it's a lot more loud and explosive, and it lets the high kind of fall down, and it lets you kind of soak it in. Whereas Wonderland is bump, 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 bump. Like, it's just like a lot of build up, and then in the end, it goes really loud. But even though it ends with a big bang and a finish, it still kind of maintains the same like percussive build-up nature even until the end, like almost like it was building towards something. So in the sense of like an intro, it feels like it's building towards something, or in the sense of a finale, it's like it's almost saying it's not over yet. So I feel like Answer is a great follow-up. Do I like this more than Say My Name? I don't know. We're gonna watch this again. I'm gonna talk over this a lot more. Like, first run through, I want to try and not talk over things as much, but the second run through, I want to get a little bit more analytical and kind of dive a little bit deeper. So let's check this out. I love the soundscape of ATEEZ's music. They do a very good job of like kind of playing with like very hollowed out sounds, this sort of empty, broad soundscape. They really outdid themselves with the choreo in this one though. They really outdid themselves. So on a production aspect too, they kept this a lot more simpler. They reined in the budget a little, obviously because it's a repackage, but it still looks high quality and expensive. They went for more of the minimal route. Like, I feel like look how hollowed out this dance space is right here. But the set designer, like, okay. I think the set designer does a great job at making sure that this video isn't too bland. Like, even just having the drapes flowing in the background, even having like this snowfall of ashes, it makes this blank, empty space feel a lot more alive. They have honestly, they have a great production team behind them. fog is also a great use when you have a black void like this, especially with lights. Fog helps capture lights, so like having like the bright lights in the background like coming down on them, it looks a lot more like grandiose. See, I feel like this set is the one that they focused most of their budget on, whereas everything else is kept a little bit more cleaner and a little bit more minimal. And it's less about the set itself and it's more about the actions and the elements in the scene. God damn. Yeah, so they're like filming San's part at like a faster frame rate than everything else, so just like the dancing looks like a lot more visceral. Oh, this is a signature ATEEZ thing I've been noticing in their music videos, that they are really into just like the random handheld camera work, especially when they're like coming at you. They do a really good job at that. It's sort of becoming like a signature style for their choreo, and I'm really digging it. Even this too. They're zooming in, and it's probably a digital handshake, but they're zooming in, but like it's zooming in with like a sort of jitteriness. It makes the choreo feel a lot more powerful and a lot more impactful. See, they're constantly reusing the set instead of having like a full-fledged comeback music video where it's multiple different sets. This one looks like just like a redressed version of this one, if not the same one. Ooh, yeah, I like this way more than Wonderland. So honestly, it's still early to say if I like this more than Say My Name. I think Say My Name is a little bit more catchier. That's certainly more the catchy charting type of song, that the way that was made. This one just feels, I think personally I like it a lot more. It feels like something that could be a really good B-side. I think what I like about this more than, let's say, Wonderland or even Say My Name, like some elements that I like more, is that this song is way more emotional. There's an emotional value to the way they were singing. If you actually listen to the instrumental, like a lot of their songs are like very percussive, like driven very much by like the beating drums or like that sort of offbeat sound. But one of the things that I really like about this is actually they're driving the song with a lot of their vocals. Like even in the background, there's a lot of like the sort of like the chanting in the background, or even just like the like even just like using their voices as an instrument kind of makes this song a little bit more different than what their usual stuff actually has. So I really like it. Definitely like it more than Wonderland. We'll see if I like it more than the other ones, but this was fantastic. ATEEZ coming at it. Like clearly they made good money on their past few albums and their tour, and so companies definitely reinvesting it back in. They really want this world tour to go well. I heard they already sold out their LA stop for the Forum. That's insane. That's crazy. I think ATEEZ is one of the most talented rookie groups out there. There are a lot of talented rookie groups, don't get me wrong, but ATEEZ, it's not just about the music, it's not just about the dancing, the talent, it's the whole thing, it's the whole package. ATEEZ, their presentation, like I kind of get like they could really be a big legacy group in the future. They're not just going to be big, they're going to be memorable, they're going to be legendary. It's like this trembling sense of like being on the edge of greatness, of like there's something there that one day it's just gonna like massively explode. And I don't think we've seen that yet, honestly. Like even though they have done a lot of phenomenal great things, I don't think we've seen that yet. I think they still have a very big bright future ahead of them. And I gotta say, big props to their production team. Like I was saying, the music video's budget is sort of quarantined in a way where it looks really expensive and it looks really good, just as good as any of their other videos, but they sort of rein it in and they focus the budget elsewhere. But you know, having the same cameras and having the same team obviously always helps. So investing in the same crew, regardless of whether it's a repackaged or full title comeback, that definitely helps keep your videos look consistent. It's almost like it's earned. Like Say My Name is a very expensive looking music video, and when you have a lot of these big title tracks that are like that, you can sort of buy the loyalty from your audience. You get a little leeway that when you start doing more minimal sets like this, like you see in this music video, you know that it's not because the video is being cheap. You know that it's not because the production company is lacking or the team is lacking. You understand sort of like the artistic approach behind it. So as I was saying, the whole thing here of what makes it work is, even though the background is like a black void, it's all about the elements that you add into it. It's about the visual action as opposed to the actual set. So there is like no set in a lot of the scenes. It's like a black void. But one of the things that definitely makes it work, if you have lights in the background and they're shooting beams at the artist, throw up some fog, the fog actually catches the light and it makes it look way cooler. So that's one element that can make it look cool. But even taking a look at that scene, the main dance scene, it could just be just them in that black warehouse with the fog. No. Then they add in the flowing tapestry. The flowing tapestry adds more fluid movement into the video, and it doesn't just look random either. Obviously, they have other different scenes with members in the tapestry looking all like aesthetic and shit. I think it was Seonghwa specifically. So having that element also makes that dance scene look really intimidating, because they have like two big main dance scenes, which is like in the Black Void studio area and then on the actual like expensive built set, because it would definitely look a little bit cheaper if they were shooting only in one dance area. And that's definitely how you can tell with a K-pop music video whether or not it's cheap or not, how many dance sets they actually use throughout the song. So to utilize the Black Void like that was well done. Or even having I forget which member it was, one of the members, I don't know if it was Wooyoung or somebody else, where there's like a snowfall of ashes. That is like a very interesting element where like there's nothing going on, it's all black void, but then just ashes. Like, it saves costs on production budget, but it still looks good. And then one of the other members was Jongho, like he's surrounded by mirrors again, and then just filled with fog in the room. Simple, but visually mesmerizing. Very, very good budgeting techniques here. Like, this isn't just about like the camera work and the camera techniques that I'm really impressed by. I'm actually impressed by the actual budgeting techniques on how they utilize their crew and their budget to make a very beautiful, expensive looking video, but still like not break the bank. Like, this is a really dope music video. I'm really, really proud of ATEEZ for how far they have come. I'm excited to see what they have going forward. I'm not sure if this epilogue album has new songs. If it does, I'll be checking it out. I just recently finally did a listening party for their action album. You can check that out on my channel. But guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Culture Study. Let me know what you guys thought about Answer in the comments down below. And of course, thank you to Dashlane for supporting this video. Use the link in the description down below to download Dashlane for free and get a 30-day free trial of their premium. Remember, there's no credit card required. Now, if you guys would also like to see some additional bonus content, you want to support the channel, head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/formatherapy. For as little as $2 a month, you get early access to reaction videos, and higher level tiers, we have live stage reactions, we have variety show reactions, and all sorts of good stuff. You can check that out on Patreon. But supporting us monetarily is completely optional. If you guys would like to support us for free, you can go ahead and hit like down below right there. If you hit like down below, leave a comment while you're there. It helps us out a lot with YouTube's search algorithm. If you're new, why don't you go ahead and join the groupie fandom? Go ahead and click subscribe. Be notified when we upload a new video by hitting that notification bell, and go ahead and check out our other videos over here.